Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to you brothers out there pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Again, like I said, most famous quote is a picture is worth 1,000 words. And in this picture it says, don't give up, you're almost there. And guess what? We are almost there. We're literally one step closer, one day closer, 1 hour closer to the fall of Esau's queendom. Just a couple more prophecies that have to be fulfilled, and we're out of here. Lord willing, we of that number. Because again, the Lord's going to be very angry when he comes back. And he's coming to save and destroy at the same time. And what we should be worrying about in our mindset, we should have tunnel vision. That was the thing that stood out to me the most watching a couple videos early on today, is that we got to have tunnel vision because we're in a race, and basically the scripture goes into about, the race is not for the swift, because this is a race, but a race can consist of sprinting and or long distance, which is a marathon. This is a marathon because I've been on this earth for 30 years now. The apostles have been on this earth for longer than I have, and their elders have been on the earth longer than they have. And the apostles, of Great Millstone have been doing this for 30 plus years before I was even a twinkle in my mom and dad's my earthly parents' eyes, because the apostles are spiritual fathers. So right now, if you, like the apostle Tahar and the apostle say, if you're kind of weary, you better pray to the Lord, because pray to the Lord as much as you can to build you up, give you that spirit and that strength to make it through what's about to happen. Because talk about tribulation. So I'm going to jump straight into the scriptures. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And the 10 days is just a period of time. It's not literally 10 days. It could be a month. It could be weeks, depending on, what the Lord has set up for the individual brother or brothers. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And the one thing that built me up when I first came into the truth is that death is just a transition. And being in this truth, you know that the Lord's not going to have you die like a dog, like a regular 2/3 or a heathen. He's going to have you die a glorious death. That can consist of you being a martyr, getting your head chopped off by the guillotines that, under the Obama administration ordered over 3,000 here in America. Have you get shot down with a firing squad. But guess what? The Lord's in control of, he's the father of spirits. He's in control of the left side and the right side. So he can have you get killed, but take your spirit so you don't feel any pain before the bullet hits you or before the guillotine hits you, or give you spiritual powers. You don't know what the Lord has set up for you. All you got to do is just roll with the punches. We do not have the spirit of fear. Point blank, period. And I see that every day with brothers being built up through the spirit. And I can testify, being with certain brothers, they're ready to get down and get busy and destroy you heathens, especially you Edomites. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that's the ultimate, that is the ultimate honor, to be crowned by Yahushua. And it's going to get into that with the rest of the scriptures. James chapter 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. And who loves the Lord? Who's the bridegroom? It's like, who's the bride? Ultimately, it's Israel is the bride, but first and foremost, we're talking about the elect. That's the bride. That's the virgin that are going to be clothed in white linen. The 144,000 men. Those are the men that are going to receive the crown of life and be known throughout the universe for being Yasharallah, Prince of the Power. So, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So the elect are not going to take the chip by any means necessary. Matthew chapter 24 verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Endure what? The hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. You know, it's gonna be a plethora of events going down, you know, like dominoes, one by one, one by one, one by one. And if you don't, you know, have the faith of Yahweh Yahushua now, unless the Lord is dealing with you on, you know, on a different level, gives you a different portion of faith, you know, because there's going to be brothers that's going to wake up right before the missiles hit, and they shall be saved just by believing on the name of Yahweh Yahushua. And that's the mercy and grace that the Lord has upon certain brothers and sisters out there of the nation of Israel. But he shall, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So you gotta suit up and lace your boots up and gird, you know, basically, in other words, grab your nuts, because this is war. It's been war since we came over here. It's been war throughout the scriptures, that all the nations are jealous of us being basically the favorite of the power of the universe, which is the Ancient of Days. I'm going to jump to 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 43. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature. And that's talking about Yahushua, taller than all the rest. And all the rest is the 144,000 men. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, which is the ultimate honor and glory, and was more exalted above the rest of Israel, which I marveled at greatly, because Ezra saw a vision of this. So Yahushua is going to put crowns on the 144,000 elected men, the chosen men, since that been here since the beginning of Genesis 1 and 1. He's going to put crowns upon the head for going through what they went through to receive the kingdom. And again, that's the greatest honor to ever be. I'm going to jump to 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them for among thy number. And what is that number? The 144,000. 144,000. 144,000 men. They're not going to perish, because the Lord said, for I will require them for among thy number. He's going to require to put those crowns upon our head. He's going to require to save us, because he's not a liar and he changed not. The Lord is going to do miraculous things, just like Apostle Gabar brought out about a month ago, 2 months ago, I expect a miracle, or I expect miracles, because the scriptures haven't lied yet, and the scriptures aren't going to lie, and the Lord's not a liar. So guess what? Everything the Lord said he's going to do, he's going to do. And ultimately, the biggest promise is he's going to destroy this place by ICBM missiles, thermonuclear missiles. He's going to melt the elements with fervent heat for the elect's sake. Revelation chapter 3 verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So forget everything that the world's saying and hold what the Lord is saying, because guess what? If you don't, you're going to be destroyed along with the world, and they're going to laugh at you. And that's the ultimate humiliation. If you take that chip, if you bitch up, we got to stand boldly like a lion, but be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Point blank, period. That is the wisdom that we have obtained. That's the wisdom that you're supposed to obtain when you first come in. Even though, when you first come in, you're like a roaring lion, but you start to learn how to pace yourself in this marathon that we're in. So, enduring, you gotta have cardio, stamina, and you learn that throughout the time that you are in this truth. This is a spiritual fight between the flesh and the spirit. Spirit against the flesh. They're always in contrast with each other. The spirit is willing, but the flesh isn't. This flesh is weak, given over to all types of temptation. That's why you got to stay prayed up. You got to stay in the scriptures. You got to apply what you've learned in the scriptures. And, ultimately you got to be spiritual. You got to walk in the spirit of who? Yahweh Yahushai. Because Yahushai wasn't out here wilding out, running amok. He was just preaching the word, doing the Lord's will. And he only turned up one time, and that was in his father's temple, because they were basically gambling and giving over to merchandise, selling all sorts of stuff and whatnot in the Lord's temple, and that was disrespectful. But other than that, the Lord never got carnal. But that was justified. How would you feel if you came over your dad's house and niggas was doing all types of nigga stuff? You would be mad too. You would get carnal too. But ultimately, walk in the faith, walk in the spirit. And how do you obtain that spirit? First and foremost, the Lord has to wake you up. And secondly, you obtain that spirit by reading the words. Blessed is he that readeth. But Lord willing, this video was edifying, straight to the point, and open. And whoever watches, it opens your spiritual mind through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. So I'm going to end this and say, Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and truth. The end of Babylon according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is what we're waiting for. Shalom.